Well, hello, everyone. We are back with another episode of My Turn, My Truth, a show that allows you to tell your truth when it's your time. How about that?
Yep, I like that. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't like saying when it's your turn to tell your truth.
I never said that.
And you didn't even give us a
I
chance
never
to
said that.
say
You
that.
didn't
But hey, he did it though.
Because in this show, when it's your turn, you do what?
Tell your truth.
I'm not saying it. He already said it.
Right.
So,
It's not
Yeah,
the same.
They be laughing at me every time I start.
not they,
start the
nigga.
show.
yes.
But
Sorry.
there we go. That's the first one. Well, hello, everyone. We're glad that we are back with you, and hopefully you are back with us. If not, you'll watch us later on. This podcast is the family podcast, and right here, we see the family. Right now, you're looking at the Rice Man. Who else we have here tonight?
Mata.
It's your girl Ken. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at m.kennedi. Y'all know.
I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Marielle.
I mean, my name is short. It's
I'm talking about you
Mata.
not turning your phone
Yeah,
down.
that's what we laughing at.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, how is everyone going with their Christmas shopping? Are y'all prepared?
No.
I have a lot of gifts that are coming after Christmas, so
I started
my
like 3
apologies.
days ago.
My apologies.
Yeah,
I ordered it online. You'll be okay.
Marielle, you said no.
No.
But we grown though, so it's not really about the gifts, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. It's about spending time
Yeah.
with family and just being excited.
Y'all are getting gifts, by the way.
Oh,
Don't
y'all,
worry.
that mean we don't got gifts.
No.
I'm just kidding. No, I just honestly, my gift is just to be around my family. The older we
Show
get,
him.
I said let's
I
make an
love
apple pie on Christmas.
She
I
did
just
say
said
that.
that
She
today.
said
I
that.
just said that today.
She did.
All right.
What was your
So we should have an apple pie for Christmas. Is that what we're saying?
That is the new tradition
I
we are
can't
starting.
eat that, but y'all have fun.
I gotta work. So
So we ain't gonna see you at all on Christmas.
No, y'all gonna see
yeah,
him.
later on.
Okay, as long as I get to see you.
Yeah.
That's pretty
All
tough.
right. So while we're on the
Okay.
Christmas topic, I want to go ahead and start off with a little icebreaker.
Okay.
So comment in the chat, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Favorite Christmas
Home
movie?
Alone,
Favorite
the first
Christmas
one.
movie.
Okay, so she goes
All
first.
right, we got Home Alone
I'm gonna go.
This Christmas.
this Christmas from Morgan.
Chris Brown is my dog.
I'm gonna go.
I don't have one.
mm,
Do you? No,
I'm gonna go Die Hard. I'm
Hey,
gonna go Die
So
Hard.
we can name any movie.
Die Hard
Yeah,
is a
it's a
Christmas
Christmas
I
movie.
mean, it is.
It
It's
happened at
based
Christmas
around
time.
Christmas.
Yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas
Okay.
movie.
So
I forgot about that one. Wait, that's like number 2 for me. Top 3. Top 3 is Die
I don't
Hard.
have one. So
either that or the Polar Express. I mean,
Polar Express is good.
I was gonna say Polar Express because we used to watch it, or used to
Oh,
make
yeah.
y'all watch it
I like
when
the Grinch.
when y'all were little.
I did too.
The
I like
Grinch Who
Grinch.
Stole Christmas.
But
Watch
that's not
Shallow
my
Eye.
favorite. I just wanted y'all to watch it.
I think mine's gonna be between the old claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one,
Yes.
when they were all like
That's a
in
good
clay
one.
with the abominable
that is the
snowman.
worst one.
Yes.
It's the oldest
The
one,
best one.
or the Charlie
Charlie
Brown
Brown.
Christmas.
That's
when they
the
had the
second
little-
one.
little
My
tree.
kids-
Second oldest one.
Look,
My
because
kids like that
Those
one.
were Christmas. That's how I'm dating myself, but
That's
that's
what
what
I
I
was
grew up
gonna say.
The
to.
kids in my classroom used to like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, I
so.
call it what it is. That's
Honorable
that's-
mention, I'll do Home Alone.
Home
Home
Alone
Alone.
as an honorable. Marielle
first
said
one.
that was
Said
her
that.
first, her
I
favorite.
said for me, but okay.
Excuse me.
Okay. Another Chris. What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Wait, can I put?
Okay, I'm gonna tell my favorite Christmas tradition.
I already know what you're
So
gonna
my
say.
favorite Christmas tradition was me and my brother would always sleep in the same room on Christmas. And then he
Yeah.
got like 12 one day and told me he didn't want to spend the night. He didn't want me to spend the night in his room anymore. And I cried. It hurt my feelings
Started
really
texting
I'm
bad.
girls.
tripping on the spending the night in the room.
Yes,
Y'all in the same house.
it doesn't
No,
matter.
it is a spend the night
When she
party.
said spend the night, I'm thinking,
Oh, well, I
Well,
stayed
well,
the
let me
night
say
in
this:
his
me and
room.
Tracy spent the night in the same room
On Christmas
for
Eve?
Christmas every morning. What's up, big sis? I love you. We chose a room. We were going to her room. She would come to mine. We spent the
Yes.
night in the same room
And we would build a
every
fort
time
and jump
Right.
off the bed
Yeah.
and pretend like we were in a giant
And then
garbage
I also
can.
remember very vividly. We'll go to sleep real early. on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, my mom used to
And
make
then
us
we'll
go
wake
to
up,
sleep.
wake up at like 11, and then they'll still be in there wrapping gifts. We get caught.
Yeah, we try to go look,
Try to look at
and
the gifts.
mom
Go
would
back
be
in the room.
upset.
Okay. So we
But yeah, he got old enough and kicked me out.
But other than that, we never did no tradition like hide a pickle in the tree and
Hide a
shit.
pickle in a
I've
tree.
never heard of that.
Our tradition was waking up.
I'm just saying we don't have any other common.
Like, yeah, we didn't make cookies for Santa or anything like that.
We did
Christmas dinner together was our tradition.
Well, now we wear matching Christmas pajamas.
Okay,
We
yeah, we
my wife
do
started
that.
a new tradition.
Yes,
So
and we
getting
will be doing that.
pajamas.
We already
you're
have
not
them.
gonna be
We
here.
already have them. Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
oh, when you come over,
Well,
you
when
can put them
y'all come
on,
over, y'all got to put them on.
or we can
Oh,
do
I
it
will.
tomorrow.
She don't work, so
Let's
she
do
can
it
be over.
tomorrow.
yeah, but she probably gonna spend time with her family too. But
Let's
she,
do it
she
tomorrow.
come over here.
Let's just do it tomorrow.
He can go be here tomorrow.
Yes, he will. He get off.
We open
Yeah, I
presents.
guess we
on
can do
Christmas
it
Eve over
tomorrow.
there.
I was gonna say.
but I thought she just said he was gonna be at
Yeah.
our house.
We open
So
presents.
And then
every-
All right.
Geraldine them have something too.
All right.
I would say so. Every Christmas Eve, we always used to open like one like little gift. My mom would pick out. Me and my
We did
sisters
that too.
would hide together.
Oh, y'all never did
Hide
that.
together, sleep
No.
together, and then every year my mom makes my grandmother's famous like butter cookies, and we like decorate them and decorate the tree at the same time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
On Christmas Eve. Y'all didn't decorate y'all tree till Christmas Eve.
no, sorry, I should have clarified that. That was like a different, separate tradition.
They open presents.
No, we decorated that at Thanksgiving. It's like the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Well, I have another question. Christmas tradition. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Ooh.
I know yours.
Well, I
Such song.
have two now. Temptation Silent Night.
Okay.
There's no
Yes,
Christmas
that's
song
great.
better than that.
That's amazing.
I challenge anybody out there to find a better Christmas song
But your second song sucks.
than
No, a whole bunch of people like that song.
It sucks.
and my second one is the saddest song ever
it's so
in
sad.
history. What do the lonely do at Christmas?
You're not lonely.
It's sad, but there are a lot of sad people out
But
there.
you're not one
but
of
the
them.
song
It just
is
feels
great.
their feelings.
Yes,
No.
yes, you got to
what
feel for
music
the
do.
other
Good
people.
music.
Like
Mine is.
Carol of the Bells. Hers is Carol of the Bells.
I like that one.
Mine is
It makes you
White Winter
it make-
Hymnal by Pentatonic. Or their version of White Winter Hymnal.
I have an honorable mention. This Christmas is like
This Christmas,
Yeah,
of
this
course, Chris
Christmas.
Brown version. We heard the Alexa be
And
tripping
then
sometimes.
Mariah Carey.
Let me see
I
that one.
don't want
Okay.
to.
I don't know about Mariah, but okay.
all right.
Don't do Mariah.
I don't listen to Christmas music.
Mary, did you know, was
heathen.
amazing.
I just
Like ever.
Yeah.
I would
just
never
said-
bump a Christmas music in my song.
But
a Christmas song in my
I
car.
love the Christmas song by
Mhm.
Nat King Cole.
what's that one song?
Okay.
The Christmas
That
song.
Whitney
Favorite.
Houston
I've heard that.
song. The Who Would Imagine a King? That's a good one.
We were.
She said hers.
I don't really. I mean, I guess. Joy to the World.
I woke up this morning.
Right?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
But
a
when y'all hear
traditional.
in my mind, y'all hear that thing, you're ready to
I
start
want you to
going.
be free.
Hey, it's something about it. It's
I
something
woke
about
up this morning playing Christmas songs.
And
Yes, you
Alexa
did.
That's what I
was
did
tripping at
yesterday.
first.
Mm.
Alexa was tripping at
Yeah,
first.
she was tripping. No, I think we were tripping.
No,
because when she
Alexa-
started, we were like,
Alexa. No,
that's
man.
not what we said.
No,
but
ma'am.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Well, speaking of Christmas, we're going to be talking about today one of my favorite Christmas gifts that I could ever ask for.
Yeah.
So please stay tuned. because
Oh.
What a
I'm just. I had to throw one in. I had to throw one in there because
Okay. So basically he's cueing us to get to the real topic at
point.
The
hand for
actual
tonight.
topic, yes.
That's what he's telling us to do.
Yes, so I feel compelled to go ahead and get started then. So our topic of discussion tonight, hopefully you guys chime in, and I haven't even opened up my Facebook or anything to see who's even on.
We have some people watching.
But,
I'm on the My Turn My Truth page.
Okay.
where y'all
So-
should all be.
Oh,
Yes.
did y'all hear my son? He said, well, all y'all should be.
He said yes.
He said, go to My Turn.
I see my boy Mike Hop out there. What's up, Hop? That's my dude.
Hi,
right there.
Mr. Hop.
Yeah, I just had to say it. He might go to the other page too. Mike.
Yeah,
might
Mike.
flip-flop.
He on here. What's up? All
right, so our
and my
topic.
cousin and Cherie.
What's
what's up,
up,
y'all?
everybody?
Yeah, we're not naming everybody yet. So
All right. Right, that name.
For all that's watching, we love y'all and thank y'all.
Okay, on to the topic, guys.
All right, so the topic. It's a big topic, but we want to see what we think about it. We're talking about
Dun, dun, dun.
our Second Amendment, the right to bear
Bear
arms.
Yes, sir.
And do we think, I mean, we're going to dive into it kind of all the way around. Do we think people should open carry? Do we think everyone should have a gun? Do we think that guns should be eliminated from the
Face of the earth.
the domestic sector, and only law enforcement should have guns? How do we feel about that? So we're going to go into that conversation. So
He said the face of the earth.
the face of the earth.
No military or
Just
nothing.
swords and shields, taking it to the end.
No, we gonna be throwing spears at people.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, do we feel like non-military or law enforcement should have be able to carry guns? So
Yes.
let's go around. What do we think?
Mom.
Do
Do you feel like you should be able to carry?
Yes, I feel like I should be able. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
And then what we gonna dive in after?
Yeah.
Are we asking about
Yeah.
the law enforcement
No,
stuff?
non-law enforcement.
Oh, sorry.
okay.
Yeah, we-
So, like,
yeah.
us.
Do we feel like the
Like
casual?
you.
Yeah, no, I know. I thought he
I
said
said
law
yes.
enforcement.
I did too.
Oh,
But he
That's
didn't.
what I was
He
like.
didn't.
But I
He
did
didn't.
not.
He didn't.
But
So
right,
yes,
right.
That's what we're
yes. So
Yes.
Yes, and yes.
yes,
Mario.
absolutely,
Yes.
100%. Yes,
And Dad.
yes.
Okay.
And we all do.
So
Everybody in this room.
I have another question.
Yeah.
I do believe that I should have the right to bear arms,
Mm-hmm.
and I do. Now, just because you believe it, do all of you have or own guns?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
More than
Technically,
one.
yes.
Yes.
What you say?
She said technically yes.
Technically, yes.
How do you technically? Did you have one? Do you not?
Yes, she has one.
Yes, she has one.
She
Okay.
has
I
one.
made sure of it.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
everybody in this room owns a firearm.
Okay.
so right there's opposition from the other side that says that we should not carry guns, neither open or concealed. Or do y'all delineate the difference? Do you feel like there's a difference between open carry and concealed carry?
Well, I don't feel like the only difference, of course, is one is seen and one is unseen. So, but my thing is, I feel like if we're going to bear arms and we have the right to bear arms, to me, I don't feel like there is a difference between open and concealed because you have the right to do both.
I think there is a big difference in
Mhm.
open and concealed. I prefer for everyone. Well, I would conceal my weapon because I don't want you to know I have a weapon. And if you open carry, which is your choice, we're in Georgia. You can open carry. That's fine, as long as the gun is yours. But if you open carry, and I am a bad guy, I'm gonna shoot you first. Just understand. If I see you before you see me, you're gone.
Right, but in that case scenario, yes. But I'm in my own personal opinion as far as now, what is the difference between? I guess that was your question, open and concealed. To me, as far as the law,
Oh no.
one is just you. One is visible and one is not.
But the conflict ratio
But
is a
I
little
feel
higher.
like from that point of view, the bad guy, then yes, you're gonna shoot who you see, or you're gonna eliminate someone that's gonna come after you first. But then in the cops' standpoint, if they don't know that you have a gun, it's like if you pull for anything, they automatically gonna be like,
Mhm.
you have a gun. They don't know. So I guess I would prefer open in that scenario for cop purposes. So they automatically see that I do have a gun on me.
So
Either way,
you wouldn't just
I feel
tell
like
them
if
you
you
have a
reach
gun.
at anything, either way, whether you got one
Yeah.
out or they
I'm
see
saying,
you might have another one.
If
right?
they say freeze, just don't read. Just say I have a gun.
Yeah.
Yes,
If anything,
yes, I have a gun.
announce yourself first.
Yeah.
Even if every time I
Like,
get
come
pulled
over here
over,
and get it. Come get it.
every time I get pulled over, even with my hands on, I have a gun on me.
All
Okay.
right, so
So-
now we've
don't jump on the
dove
subject.
Yeah.
go
But
back.
yes,
we've dove into should we open carry or concealed
No,
carry?
wait.
but go ahead, Morgan.
I wanted to go back to what Mackenzie first said when he said if he was a bad guy that he would shoot that person first. I also feel like on the contrary to that, some people don't try certain people because they see that they have a gun.
So you're saying it more of a
deterrent. Yes. So it could be for both sides. Because if I see you before you see me, yes. A lot of times if I don't have a gun, or as a bad guy, if I don't have a gun or I'm not planning to use it for real, then I'm going to go to the person who I feel like is less of a threat to me.
Right. All right. That's just a risk I'm not willing to take.
Well, yeah.
I'm anxious to hear from the people who are not pro-gun.
Right.
Please. Because this is what I'm hearing people say. If no one was walking around with guns, what would be the fear? So if only law enforcement and military had guns, as in countries like Sweden, that was called out. I was watching some material. Other countries that have lower crime rates
because they don't have guns
and they have lower population too, but lower crime rates because civilians, I'll just say that, don't have guns, and they're not as worried about walking down the street because they feel like I don't have one, but no one has one, so I'm on an even playing field.
I feel like to that, just because like people don't have guns, they're gonna find something else to use as a weapon. I feel like like Dad said, the population is also smaller. But I'd rather have one and not need it than not have one and need it.
You rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah. But I feel like we are focusing so much on the damage of what a gun can do when used. So my thing is the focus should be getting the guns in the right hands.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, instead of taking away like your license to carry, you should have it. You should have a license to carry. So that way you'll
conceal carry.
You can conceal carry. Thank you. Conceal carry. So that way you are kind of keeping tabs on who has what, and you're running background checks on the people that has it. Because and we've said this before, probably on this show, but people with guns kill.
Yeah, it's the person that kills the person.
It's not the gun itself; it's the people that owns the gun or use the gun. So, in those countries, for the ones that don't have gun, that crime rate is low because they don't have guns. I get it, but if they want to kill somebody, are you gonna ban like the knives? Or are you gonna ban like whatever object
your hands?
they use
you can beat someone to death.
Somebody with.
But I do say this. We've just started down this road. It's so hard to go back because we've always, in our country, had the right to bear arms, and we always have.
Right.
If we look back to the beginning,
when the Constitution was written.
At the time that the Constitution was written, there were not as many cities, not as populated. Cities were further apart. There was not like highways between everywhere. People hunted for their food. Supermarkets weren't everywhere.
Okay.
There was really land and miles
and
between cities and places that, if you engaged in confrontation, there would be a long while before law enforcement would get there. And there wasn't a time when you could just pick up a phone and call the police. There was barriers to getting help when our Constitution was written. You had to defend yourself. And back then, hunting was more prevalent. So there was a slight difference back in the day.
It was.
For the reason that you would really need one because you need to eat for one. And you would if someone come to try to harm you, there was no one coming within 5 minutes or 2 minutes of your home or 10 minutes.
Yeah, you don't know.
You was on your own until pretty much whatever happened was going to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? So unless you was in a very populated city where there was police officers.
Okay.
I was just setting the.
Go ahead, finish.
Finish. Not the time that we're in today.
Okay, and I get that. But in the time that we're in today, because there are so many, it's kind of hard. Like you said, it's a road that we done gone down like for so long that now we're trying to pull it back. Now people feel like they have a right to have it for protection
Which
reasons.
they do.
And correct, for protection reasons, which was part of the Constitution when it was written. And of course, there's other. I know Mike said something. I'm going to get to him. Of course, there's other reasons for hunting, for marksmanship, competition. Well, I guess that's sport or whatever the case may be. But protection is like right there up of the reasons, right there up at the top of the reasons and why people get guns is for protection. So because we're living in a world where it is illegal to have, like, I'm not gonna not have one if somebody do have one.
But we're definitely gonna get to that.
So I'm going to have it. I want to learn. I want to be able to be like very skilled in the use of it, in which I am, thanks to your help. And I, if ever needed, I'm going to use it
And
for the purposes in which I have it
But
for.
see,
But it is not. But it ain't something like I'm just going to go out and just try to kill somebody with the gun.
To what you said is why people say nobody need one. So you're saying I would rather have one and somebody else don't have one. And somebody else has one. They're saying nobody don't need them.
But I don't care. But somebody's is even including military and cops. All them niggas ain't good.
Mom.
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for the N
It's
word.
okay.
Y'all
It's
girls
okay.
is messing
Not
up.
sorry for the
okay.
statement.
Yeah.
Right. Not sorry for the statement.
Because
but
that's true.
For the
I'm
N
just
word.
saying, like, we're not
I
gonna
mean, because my thing is, are y'all gonna take them away from them too?
All right.
We see
No,
what
they
is
help us.
happening. I know, baby. I know you in that profession, and I'm not saying everybody is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, how are you gonna weed it out that system?
You're not.
Right.
I wouldn't. I still
I
wouldn't.
So I'm gonna keep
But
mine.
like you said, if you have one, the cops and
I'm
the
keeping it.
military, or
I'm
like,
keeping
what
it.
if you have cops or military? Them ain't good either. But
Then
they
pray.
do have them, and you say,
I mean, there's
and-
nothing you can
yes,
do anyway with the gun.
I was
So
just
just
saying,
pray.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you do have them, and then you say, I have a gun, but I'm not going to use it. So I mean, you really don't use it for them anyways.
Right.
But we
So-
go shooting. We use it for sport. As far as when we want to go out. But we're shooting objects
That's
or whatever.
sport.
Honestly, it is. And honestly, I do want to get into competition. I actually do want to start doing that. So, I mean, it's not just, I'm just going to have to sit it here until one day I will have to use it, unfortunately. I don't want to ever have to use my gun in a protection mode.
But I will. Trust.
I said I don't want to have
I know,
to.
I heard you.
We have a couple of comments.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know you have one as well.
Yeah.
Adonis, my dude. Adonis
What's up?
said, "What's up, man?" He said, "That's the thing. Tougher gun laws is not the answer."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Example: tougher gun laws just make it difficult for law-abiding citizens.
Mm-hmm.
The criminals gonna have a gun with or without a license."
With or without it, and with or without the law, they don't
That's
care.
That's my
Going.
thing.
Wait, I
If-
don't think you.
I'm
was
sorry.
done.
Go ahead, finish. Oh, sorry.
He has another statement. We'll dissect this one
Okay,
first.
and I'm gonna read Mike so we can jump into his too. He said everybody should be able to carry guns. If not, what would stop the bigger, strong people? It will be like the caveman days where the bigger, stronger people thrive and the weaker, smaller people suffer.
Wait,
That's
not
right.
everybody.
But no.
But that's for the most.
From,
yes.
That's
from
the truth.
the
That's the
perspective
biggest
of
truth.
from the perspective of what he's saying.
Right. Yeah. Only the strong survive. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's always been a mentality. And I think that because let's say this, I'm a guy, so I'm a man, and our protective instincts is innate from birth. We are born to protect our family, protect our wives, protect our home, protect our children. Our antennas are always up. So protection is part of us innately. And we know that there's many versions of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I have a self that if I'm wired and get mad enough, I know what I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying? So we know what other men are capable of.
Right.
Mhm.
That thought that there are guys out there that are capable of this type of violence, that I myself am capable of this type of violence, I would be underprepared if I wasn't preparing for those guys.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know they're there because I'm one of them. But I'm just wired right. I'm mentally there. I'm mentally in a safe space. I have a spiritual being, and I'm religious enough to know, and
And
spiritual
you have
enough to know that I
morals.
have morals, values, and
And you
things
don't-
like that. I shouldn't harm people.
And you don't fall up on the conspiracy theories.
Right, but I know that guys that are wired, that like every guy has 5 or 6 personalities, and one of them is violent. And let's just be honest about it. One of those personalities is violent.
Right.
And not that you are a violent person, but they are capable of violence.
Right.
And
Anybody
we know that.
is,
So that's
under the right
with
circumstance.
me, and we're always side-eyed, man. Like, you know,
Size of the
what if someone comes to try to rape my wife or rape my daughter or do this or shoot me or kill me or rob me? We know because of what we are that those people are out there.
And honestly, my opinion too is I don't honestly feel like the playing fields will never be fair. They'll never be fair. So, for example, if you take all the guns away, are you gonna learn how to fight?
Right.
Are you gonna go to taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, MMA, wrestling, boxing? Are you gonna prepare yourself in that way? And if you do, there's gonna be a mud with a knife.
Yes, that's what
So
I'm
learn how to
thinking.
fight. You got a knife. So then you're a knife class, assassin classes, whatever you want to do. Learn how to use a knife.
That's
You
what
gonna have
I
a gun.
That's
Gonna
what
have
I
a sword.
said.
Gonna
You can have a sword, a
you're gonna
longer
find
knife.
something.
And then when we get a gun, they gonna have a bomb. When they have a bomb, they gonna have a nuke. So it's I don't honestly don't think you got to play to win.
That's why Adonis
we're
said
all
the
trying to be
answer-
more prepared than the
Right.
next guy.
And
that's why
the
Adonis
ultimate
said
goal right there.
that it is the goal is not to take them away.
Right.
But I don't know if
He
you
said-
actually
Yeah.
got into
Adonis also made another comment. I do want to read that. He said, I get it. It's your constitutional right, but damn, it's crazy people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Should people that are not mentally stable have
That's
that
where
right?
I was
No.
gonna
And
go.
I think-
I was gonna go to they
Yeah.
need more mental screening,
That's what I alluded
more
to.
Correct.
surveying, questioning.
Universal background
Yes,
checks.
And that's what I
For-
was alluding to.
for someone to, are you mentally stable
But
enough to have a gun?
That's why you should have to, when you buy a gun, I feel like you should have to get licensed right there before you even buy a gun, whether you're going to
Correct.
conceal carry it
Yeah.
or open carry it. I feel like
Yeah.
you should be have a license to
Yeah.
even purchase a gun.
Correct.
Because with
And
that,
we're gonna get
because
there, yes.
because then in that license it should be not only fingerprinting running back to make sure that you're not in the system, but it got to be some like mental
Mental
testing
screening,
as
yeah.
well,
But
Okay.
personality type testing.
And
And I think my husband, I'm gonna let you talk. And I think my husband said it before. And then it needs, like how we have to renew our license, our
Mhm.
driver's license all the time. You need to renew that.
I was
that
gonna-
needs to be renewed because you can have a traumatic experience in your life that make your mind reset or unset itself.
I was
And now
gonna
you're
say that.
thinking crazier thoughts than you did
Mhm.
before you purchased the gun.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say with the mental screening, I may be mentally sane right now, and
Right
then
now.
something happened, and I snap, and I have a gun.
But you have a gun now.
Right.
Right.
So now I can just go, But back to Mom's point, how she said it was like, and to Mackenzie's point, if they take them away, are you gonna learn how to fight and all this stuff? Because it's not the gun. You can't lay a gun
It's
on
the
a table,
person.
and the gun is not gonna shoot you by itself. Somebody has to be behind the gun that pulled the trigger. So I just think that like you should rather want to be prepared than not.
I just feel like that mental test is gonna be hard because
It
who's to
is.
say anybody's right or anybody's mental? I can go into an interview or a test and say everything you want me to say just to get a gun. Just the same way they have them cricket cops and them cricket military to say what you want to hear
Right.
and get in the system and do what they
That's
want to
true.
do.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be a little
I'll
tough.
beat the test.
But
Yeah, I can beat the
I
test.
feel like it still will be a deterrent though,
It
because
could be, but-
because a lot of people probably think they can go in there and beat a lie test,
And some
and
people
some
can.
of them, and some of them probably can, but it's a whole bunch of them that can't. So you still can weed out some folks, and don't just like not have it at all, versus a probability of setting some type of something.
I agree. There should be universal background.
Right, I agree as well.
And that they should at least screen your mental health. People who have been to psychiatrists, psychologists, things that are people have had issues with what people would consider sanity and not.
Riley said
Yes.
And there should be criminal checks as well, which kind of are.
Mm-mm.
But the thing is, everyone is not being screened.
right,
Absolutely.
exactly.
That's the issue. Everyone should be universally screened.
Mhm.
Because I can buy a gun, not at the store, but I can buy it from you
right.
Absolutely.
or you directly. And where's the test?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the background check?
Mm.
Not correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there are people that are getting around getting a gun.
Absolutely.
That didn't have the background check. So there we go. I think everyone kind of agrees that universal background checks, which are not right now a real thing everywhere, is an issue.
Yes.
Because you should be checked.
Absolutely.
But there's someone sitting behind the place. If we went to psych evaluations or whatever before you buy a gun, then you're talking to another human that will be saying, like, say if you're a woman, which I saw this, and you are a victim of domestic violence or rape or something like that. A psych evaluation, a person might say this person doesn't need a gun because of what they've been through. And I think they'd be more prevalent to use it.
Yes.
Out of, I'm not having this happen again, may jump the gun and use it in a situation where it's not warranted.
Or
because of what they've been through. And you don't want that either.
That's why I said with the traumatic experiences.
Right.
When you have somebody that's considered a traumatic experience in a person's life. So if you have something like that happen to you, then that's why I went back to the renewing of the license, not just initially getting it, and that's a one size fit all. No, it needs to be renewed because those type of situations can happen.
But I have a question. So, if you think that type of situation happens to someone, do you think they should be able to have a gun?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
I honestly, yes, I feel like it because for them it's going to be more of a protection, but like Marlon just said, though, which is making me sway my yes. Even it's yes, but it's a soft yes. Because they can use it on somebody who did not have those intentions at all and get jittery and the guy just come over there and lay their hand on them the wrong way and they flash back to that event and kill the person.
Right.
But
because they're not never letting that happen again.
Right. But then what if something happens like that again and we're saying that you're not saying enough to have a gun? Then what?
That's why I said
I'm not.
yes.
But I'm not saying.
But that's not like a.
But
it can't be like a.
Even in that scenario.
No. Yes. It gotta be yes or no.
Even in that scenario, say if a woman does get molested or something and that happens. What if something happens where she needs a gun and that's not the case?
Right.
Like, what if she's in a store and starts shooting up the store, or sitting in church and starts shooting up the church? Then what? That has nothing to do with your mental state then. Your past trauma, that got something to do with the right now.
So that's going to be hard. That screening is going to be very hard to determine whether.
But if we look at just a regular criminal screening,
right? Yeah.
If you've committed a violent crime,
you're not getting a gun.
You shouldn't have a gun.
You're not getting a gun.
But those
a violent crime.
Right. Those are
now,
like those are. If you did some
and they do have sectors where they put these things that if you embezzled some money before and was convicted, that's not a violent crime.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So maybe you should be able to get a gun. But I think that the
mental health is harder than criminal records,
right?
Because those are black and white issues.
Absolutely.
Whereas and Marielle wanted to say something, but the mental health that's kind of hard to detect. But do because it's hard to detect. That mean don't do it.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It just makes me think of like the most recent mass school shooting with that kid, how his dad had just bought him a gun. But the year before, he got flagged by the FBI for researching all these things. And so if his guardian had the ability to buy a gun, and even if he did have a license, but then he gives it to the child, he was mentally
he's arrested too. He's in jail.
Right, but
but I'm saying
he never had one is what she's trying to do.
So you're saying, so how do we control things like that?
So you're saying if the child has a mental record, there shouldn't be a gun in the house, period. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was asking what in those scenarios, how do you handle that?
Yeah, so that's going to be harder to handle.
Well, yes and no, because was the gun bought for him? That's what you just said. The gun was bought for him.
Yeah.
So that's already a no,
right?
Because she's saying, and I feel like that should be part of the mental health search.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be the way I answer questions. They should get on there. These folks know how to look at everything that research.
Oh, they
Oh, I know.
look at everything.
Well, and that's what I'm
and I
saying.
feel
Like, the kid
that
was already
should be-
flagged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's part of the plan.
Right.
That's very true. But then at the same time, nobody in the gun store knew that he was buying that for his kid.
Right.
So it's just, that's what Mackenzie was asking. The dad is able to buy it, and if he gives it to his kid in private, should
It
so
circumvents
because
the
of this-
system.
So
Yeah.
it circumvents
It's a hole.
Exactly.
It circumvents the system, but that dad needs to go to jail.
He
Which
did.
is-
Which
He
he did.
is.
Yeah,
He
yeah, he
is.
did.
So I'm just saying, like,
the
Right.
law did
to
their job.
yeah.
like
Well-
to Mackenzie's point, does that mean that because that child has mental problems, does that mean that there shouldn't be a gun in the house?
Or should it be
altogether?
a safe?
It should
That's
be in
what
the
I
safe.
just finna say.
I think that is
because those
isn't that
are
the
gun
law?
laws. Those are gun laws.
Have a safe.
When you have a minor or hopefully mentally disturbed, but
Hopefully.
definitely a minor living in your house, you cannot have any guns laying out. Your gun is supposed to be properly secured,
Right.
Mhm.
properly locked up in a safe
Right.
where that kid cannot get into that gun.
Right.
Well,
Because we had a safe. I mean, even though we didn't really have a safe growing up,
We
I didn't know we
where
had a
Dad
game.
kept the
I
gun.
didn't know we had a gun until I was a teenager.
Right. We didn't
The
know he
whole
had
time.
one,
I
and
didn't
we
know-
definitely didn't know where he had it.
right. And
Correct.
I'm not putting a gun in a safe.
Me neither.
And
I'm not either. I
Let me express
I
myself.
agree.
Let me
I
express
agree.
I
myself.
agree.
I will have it in a place where I don't feel my kids
But we got
will have access to
we
it
don't have kids in the house,
All right.
so
at that time.
right.
And of course, I will.
yeah.
I will not have it.
Grown folks.
A gun in a safe can't help you.
No.
If someone kicks in your door, busts through your window, runs through your door,
Absolutely.
you're a dead person if you're trying to run to your safe
Downstairs. Go to
in
the,
a place a time that you're hectic and you're scared. You hear them out there. You're trying to punch in a code to open your safe or turn to some numbers or whatever. You've lost.
yeah.
That
It's
is
not
over.
worth the risk.
But I understand that some people do need them in the safe. You have small kids that are
Absolutely.
Or if
adventurous.
you have multiple guns.
I was
then
gonna say
yes.
too, because I've known a lot of younger kids who just happened to either find their parents' gun or knew where it was that have committed suicide.
It has happened
because it went in
It
the
has
safe.
happened
Correct.
in the car over where we've seen that
I got
once.
you.
But
Look,
you can't
I-
But you can't blame the gun owner for that though.
No, I'm not.
But
No, I'm
you-
not
you-
at
you
all.
That's
can-
fine.
but
We blame me. I'm
you
talking about
actually can,
You can.
and they do. I'm not so
They
sure
do.
if I'm on board with all because every situation is different.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some guns are just too accessible for kids.
Right.
Too accessible. Okay.
And they're easily found. They're not high, and kids have to go think outside the box, get a ladder, go here, do this,
Right.
unlock this, do this. The gun just laying on the kitchen table, kid gets it and shoots himself. That's an issue.
Yes,
That's an
because
issue.
there
You know.
are problems across the whole United States of why they're having kids have clear backpacks and stuff like that.
Like there's. I want to ask everybody, why do you personally have a gun?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna start. I have a gun because I feel like I have precious things around, precious cargo. I have my family, my wife and kids, and it's a bad world. But part two, I have a gun because I feel like because of the news and propaganda that
That's good.
people have guns because of me
Mm,
and how I look.
yeah.
That's good.
People are preparing for me.
Yeah.
There are groups and Proud Boys and people out there that are preparing just because of my color,
Right.
and I'm a black man, that people have guns because of me. And I'm like, they're threatened by me, my very being here, being around. If I have a hoodie on and I'm dressed like this, I'm scarier because of what the news says that black men are.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
I'm looking around that people are having guns literally because I'm walking around, because of me. And they're ready to do things to me because of the color of my skin
Yeah.
and my gender. A black man that people are preparing for me. They're scared of me. So they're all ready for me. Everywhere I go, people are ready for me. People are ready to say, you shouldn't be in the pool. Or why are you hey boy, why are you in this neighborhood? Because they're prepared for me.
Yeah.
They're saying, what are you doing here? Do you live in this apartment complex? Do you live in this community? Why are you walking here? because everyone is threatened of me and they're prepared for, literally they're prepared for me.
Right.
I need to prepare for myself because news has, and I think incorrectly, villainized me
particular
because
channels.
they said black men are murderers, scary drug dealers, and this, and I just happen to be, I'm none of those things.
The only thing he is out of that whole list is a black man.
That
is
I
not
am.
a crime.
And you know, how would I not prepare myself? You come and ask me why I'm in this neighborhood. All I got is Skittles in my pocket. But you are a guy saying you shouldn't be here. You have a gun and I got Skittles. I'm a dead person. We've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Over
he had
and
just
over
as much
again.
They're
Or
now,
hairbrush.
and I'm going to say this because of our political climate and who's in charge or will be in charge right now. There are people that are emboldened to be cops now, and they're not. They're citizens arrest. There's people who are citizens that feel empowered and emboldened to go check anything that they feel shouldn't be. And a lot of those things that they feel that shouldn't be are me.
Right. Nod's hand.
Right.
Okay.
And that's scary for me.
Rest in peace.
Now,
Martin.
I'm going to fulfill the stereotype of a black man. He's armed because I really need to be.
Yeah.
And it's
I
your
have a
Second
reason to
Amendment
be.
right. It don't say everybody except for black men and black women. That's your Second Amendment right to bear arms. It's in the Constitution. And Mike said something that I actually read. He said in America, as far as why do you have a gun, he said it's more of our culture in America. That's the problems than the guns.
I agree.
Oh, well,
I agree.
I read that wrong, Mike. He said it's more of our culture in America. That's the problems than the guns. That is right. Yeah. But in my reading, when I was doing the research of guns in America, it was pretty much saying that is culture.
That's America.
That's guns. America. Guns, right?
Yes.
So that's what I was reading in the Pew Research, Pew Research. So that's just like an American right, and Americans, they hold strong to that right, and for a long time, Black people did not participate in that right. And our race have grown. I think it was like 28%. I don't quote me on that percentage of an increase of gun purchases for Black people.
I'm up there.
Yes.
And the thing is, and it goes back. I'm sorry, y'all. It goes back to what Marlon is saying. It's like we're purchasing guns for different reasons because we know that it will more likely come a time when we're looked at and perceived as a threat.
Right.
And we have no protection because we're trying to not carry or whatever
and
the
we're
case
already
may be.
A minority.
But it's like, okay, well, what do y'all want us to do?
Right.
I mean, so it is for us. It truly is protection for our protecting our lives.
I want to say this. I'm an American.
Go ahead, child. Yes, you are.
Born and raised in America. In Georgia, the South.
The dirty South.
America. Southern America.
The Southern Belt.
That's my right. Just like it's my right. Freedom of speech. The right to remain silent. That's my right. You're not going to take my right. That's how I feel personally. That's my right. Because if they take that, they might try to take it. They might we can't talk no more. Yeah. All Black people got to shut up.
Yes.
Or we have to say something in court.
Right.
We have to say something.
Right.
We have to testify. We have to. No. That's my right.
Right.
Working in law enforcement, if you don't want to say nothing, shut up.
And we have
cool. That's cool.
And we have to look at other countries. They're not America. People come here. We're the biggest hodgepodge of any country in the world.
Everything.
Everyone comes here. All races. All races.
Everyone.
There are countries that no one goes there to pursue financial or the American dream. They come to America. So America is a hodgepodge of a lot of every race and culture of people in the world that don't like each other. This is what we have to think about. We have every type of human being here in America, and lots of them, and we all don't get along. Yeah. It's not like a country in Sweden where most of the people there are Swedish.
Right.
It's not like that in America.
French,
You know,
everybody French.
there's everyone here, and there are people here that don't like you, that live next to you of a completely different culture. Other
Because of what
countries don't have
propaganda-
quite that issue.
Yeah, they don't have those dynamics, and they don't have
That's right.
constant everyday propaganda feeding them of what a certain race
Right.
is and is
Right.
not. So yeah, this race does this, and this race does bad things, and this race da da da. Their women is this, their men are this, and then you have just glorious things to say about everybody else.
Right.
You know, so we're automatically is not. Carrot Washington said it best on the movie we was just watching.
Yes.
The even
6
playing
AAA.
field.
The 6 AAA.
Y'all need to watch that movie, by the way.
Great movie.
So
It's a great movie. But we need to be on the even playing field,
Right.
and we never are.
The funny story. I'll take a little load off. We're going to get back to it. But 2 years ago, I was living in Florida, and I had a roommate from Greece.
Right.
Shout out.
And,
Shout out.
We got him from the airport. We talked. We got back to the apartment. I said, ask me some questions. He said, ask me some questions about America. First question, Chick-fil-A. I want to try Chick-fil-A. That's what y'all eat. I want to try. I said, okay, cool. I took him to Chick-fil-A. Second question, do you have a gun?
Right.
This man has never been to the United States
Yeah.
ever. He's all he say, she say here. He said racism, Chick-fil-A, and guns. I swear. That's what the 3 things he said. You know what I said? Absolutely. And it made me feel good because
That's what
I
America
do have
is.
one. That's what y'all see us as. Oh, they got guns. Yeah. We got guns.
Better believe it.
You better believe it too.
Also,
That's pretty cool to say.
yeah, it is pretty
Yeah.
cool to say.
I got one.
Also, I will say that
Shout out to your Greece roommate.
Shout out Kyriakos. I'm gonna be in Greece soon. I'm gonna come
Kyriakos.
see you, bro. Like,
yes, I just say too, the people I can speak for us in this family, we like guns. We like
pro-gun.
to look
I'm
at them.
pro-gun.
We like to look at them. We're gonna go to shooters. We're gonna look at them.
If
We're
you go
gonna
on my,
this
if you
is
go on my
nice.
Pinterest, if you go on my
Okay.
Pinterest at Mackenzie Rice,
So
you will
it's
see
just
guns,
like-
custom gun
Not you
builds,
shouting out the Pinterest.
guns.
So I
All
mean,
you gonna see is guns and tattoos.
Not
so
Pinterest.
That's all
Not
you go-
Pinterest.
right. It is what it is. Maybe some people believe we should have them. Maybe some people think we shouldn't, but we like them.
Well, I
Well,
also
Mike
think.
said, wait,
Okay,
I
go
want to
ahead.
say we have. So Mike said other countries have guns, their citizens own guns, but don't have the gun violence that we have here. It's the way our system is, and the system of police and injustice is one of the biggest problems.
Hop, and I'm definitely gonna address that, Hop.
But
100%.
to say
Okay.
that, like what my dad said, again, a lot of countries you have people that look like each other. They're neighbors. They're brothers. I'm
Right.
Saudi
They
Arabia.
don't,
You Saudi
They have
they're
the
not
same-
built on
their
a
same religion.
hatred.
Yeah, I can.
Absolutely,
I
Mary.
could be a Jew
Absolutely, Mario.
I agree.
and live right next to a Nazi.
Right.
Next door neighbors.
Correct.
No problem at all.
You can do that in the United States.
It's not happening in Germany and in some of these countries. They're all
For the
Germans.
most part,
Well,
it's not
well,
happening.
I just real quick, I think that one of the issues outside of universal background
Mhm.
checks is the fact that in the United States, we say to operate a vehicle at 16 or 18 or whatever it is, wherever you live at, we say you have to learn how to drive this car.
In order,
Or- Because if you can't prove to us you can drive this car, you may go out and kill people.
Mhm.
Why do we not have licenses at the time of purchasing a gun to prove that you know how to use
yes,
And
it? Because
so-
it's lethal. Just like a car could be
It is
lethal.
lethal.
If you don't have a license, you were never taught how to drive and prove you can drive. You need to prove that you can operate this weapon.
So there needs to be a
I
second
think
part
that
of the
that should be a prerequisite
absolutely.
on purchasing a gun
Okay.
Absolutely.
that you know the gun laws,
Yeah.
you know how to use it, and you know gun safety.
And there could be classes to it too. Like
Do it.
there are classes
Add it. I'll take it right now. Add it.
Me too.
Driver's
Go.
license.
I agree.
for
Right.
different.
That's really good.
guns.
Just like you have to take a written part, a rules part of the road, and you have to get on the road and show me that you can drive.
That's
And
right.
We'll be right beside you.
That's right.
Before you
And-
can
and
get your
I-
license.
And I do agree, 100%.
So now the folks go say, not only do y'all want the people to have guns, but y'all want them to be experts at the gun. So when they do try to
Not experts,
Not experts.
because I'm
Just
not.
being
I
able
can't.
to-
I can't
Just
parallel
safely-
park.
being funny.
When
To
I learned how to
safely-
drive, I was not an expert. When I
To
got my
safely use
license,
the
I
gun
was
and not
not
kill people
an
that you're not
expert.
trying
Right.
to
I
kill.
I
Kill
can say
people
also
that
too,
should-
you can
or
fly-
yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
you can
parallel
flag
park.
people who are like reckless in their training.
Right, right.
Because you can see that.
And my thing is, if you were a real gun owner, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
you
Add
would
it.
have the
I'm
deduction.
fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing missing. I'm fine. Add it. As
Right.
long as I can keep my gun, let's do it.
And back to what Hop said, just part of our culture here.
Mhm.
We know that our law enforcement. This is why I'm not pro defund the police, but reallocation of what they do
Yes.
with the money that they get. I think that there was a time that the policemen that patrolled your streets knew you.
Mhm.
And I think that there needs to be more money put to how to de-escalate a situation, not just kill people,
Absolutely.
but
Logical.
just de-escalation there needs to be money showing how to do this. It takes money to get these classes,
Right.
how to organize this and show them. The policemen need to start being a part of elementary schools, recreation centers, saying cops speaking,
Public safety.
saying I'm here
Yeah.
to protect you and be a part of your community, not to just arrest you
Or kill you.
I'm here to
Which is
show
a
you,
fatal action that cannot
guys,
be corrected.
let's be a part. Let's go out and mingle in the city. Let them show that we're here to serve
Mhm.
and protect, and not just arrest and shoot bad people.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think that our culture is
innocent
we're
people.
now scared of police, and instead of seeing them at a young age as friendly, we don't see them as friendly.
But
Mhm.
see,
We don't see them as helpers. And I think the integration of how our law enforcement interacts with our communities needs to change.
So I feel, and I agree with that, but I am going to say this because I know people, when they hear certain words, they think a certain way. So no, we don't need to be scared of our police officers, but we do need to reverence them because of the type of job that they are doing, and because they are here to protect and serve, and they are supposed to be putting themselves in harm's way in order to do that protecting
Absolutely.
and serving. But like Marlon was saying, the culture that we have with our police officers, we are so afraid of them, to the fact that I know in Black homes, we have to start talking to our kids at a young age, especially driving age, whether they're driving or whether they're getting in the car with their friends who's driving. We have to sit down and we have to tell them, we have to have this whole long drawn out conversation just to make sure that they come home safe. And that shouldn't be where we have to talk to our young children before they even go out to enjoy themselves, to make sure that they get home safely.
Yeah.
I mean, that ain't like, okay, the police is here to protect and serve you type of feeling.
No.
Right.
And that's more like going back to the dad's question, which I feel like everybody should still answer. Why do you have a gun?
Why do you have one?
And working in
Well, I
law
said it.
enforcement, I have a gun because you don't. A lot of times where you are asleep and you were in the hospital at a football game, watching the football game and cheering and not being aware and attentive, I am. I sacrifice a lot of my free time and a lot of my fun time
To
making
protect
sure you
you,
can
yeah.
be all right.
Correct.
And I feel like that's like, I don't believe in defunding the police. I just don't.
I don't either.
No,
Because
I don't either.
Working for the government.
love me
no.
or hate me, you're gonna need me
At
in
some
certain
point.
situations. You're gonna need me more than I need you. I promise you. So I feel like, a lot of times people who don't carry the gun and rely on people who do
They
carry
hope
the guns.
you're carrying one.
Right.
I carry a gun at church. You hear me?
Right.
While you praising God and crying and boo-hooing, I'm in the back looking
People
at
have come
the
in and
door.
shot up churches and killed people.
And it's
Absolutely.
recent. And that's another topic we can talk about later today. Is carrying in church okay?
If
your
you
church-
have clearance from your church, that
You go for it. And a lot of churches in Georgia, go for it. So that is my why. Because
That's
of people like you, not you.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a good
That's a
point.
good point,
That's
because you
actually
don't.
really a good point.
And it's a just in case. Just in case. If
Okay.
you could put anything after just in case. Just in case.
I can answer the question. I am a 21-year-old female.
Right.
I
That
go
be on the road.
Right. I go to Jacksonville with my friends, and I go to Atlanta, and I go to all these different places where I don't have my brother or my guy or my dad, which are deterrents for a lot of things. When you have a big man
Protection.
with you,
right.
I am a female. I go pump my gas, not at night, but I go pump my gas. I go do all this stuff. So it's just women are preyed on.
Yeah. Sex trafficking,
So
all kind of stuff.
it is like mom says, like dad says, because it says protection. Because I would rather have one
Right.
and I don't have to use it ever then I need one and I don't have one.
Right.
Because if I call my dad and I'm in Jacksonville, he can't
Teleport.
get to me
I can't.
in time.
You can't teleport there.
I'm not omnipresent.
Right. He can't
I'm
get
getting
to
an
me
hour
in
and a half.
time.
Tell
And
you.
then that's when, like, Mackenzie comes in. That's when I'm relying on somebody who probably has a gun. And I'm hoping that somebody's there that can help me rather than, oh, I got my own. I would never want to use it. And I know how to use it. And I was taught how to use it, but it's just protective purposes because I am preyed on more than other people because I'm a female.
Because you're seen as a weaker vessel.
Absolutely.
So with Morgan's point and being seen as a weaker vessel, do you think that a lot of people don't carry guns or want guns to be eliminated because they're scared of guns?
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's where I feel like training and understanding how to use it is very important. But some people still will be scared of guns.
Mhm.
There's no
But
way
I
out
think
of
it's just the
Because of
power
that-
that it holds.
It's the power that
It
it
can
holds,
kill
and
you.
it's the fact that I'm not scared of the gun. I'm scared of the person
Right.
holding the gun.
But
So it's the
Correct.
fact, and I get it is the power behind it. You're absolutely correct. But the gun in my hand versus the gun in somebody that's sitting in jail and on death row for murder are two different scenarios. Because in my hand, it's not going to be used unless needed, unless someone has forced me to use it, or unless I'm protecting a loved one. And in their hand, they're gonna use it just because they're an evil person and they want to commit a crime.
Right. But I just feel like it's just the life and death factor that it holds. They're really the most scared of.
It's the
Just
fact.
like-
It's the fact that no one knows your intentions.
Absolutely.
It's the fact that I cannot look at this person and figure out, or I cannot control this person and figure out why they feel the need to carry such a fatal weapon.
Absolutely, because I'm not gonna lie that I don't. If somebody walk in with a gun on their hip, like I'm not like I might look
My
over there
alert-
at you a
my
few
alert is up.
times.
And that's the
Because
pro of carrying a gun.
Absolutely.
Your awareness goes up. It
Absolutely.
should go
Yeah.
up
Absolutely,
when you have one.
Because
if I see a
again, you don't
gun,
know the intentions of that person.
Work-
Your alert is
Yep.
automatically up.
Absolutely, because working when I was a server and I used to work at night. And so I'm looking, these men walking in with guns. I'm looking like, I keep looking at their table like, hold on, I'm going to look at the door. How far am I from the door?
Right.
I might try to chill by the door.
And I want to make a statement. And I want to say this because of the news,
Absolutely.
because of social media. You hear the horror stories before you hear the good stories.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
They're
I'm
gonna
going to make
post
this statement. People plan for their fears.
Mhm.
So when there's fear mongering, oh, you got to go out there and get killed, and people, there are bad people everywhere. Bad people, they're bad people. You're gonna get shot. You're gonna get sex trafficked. You're gonna get raped. You're gonna get murdered. You're gonna get this. People see this on the news more than they see the happy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So people plan for their fears.
Yes.
You plan for your retirement because of what could happen, because it's the fear that I don't want to get to a
Absolutely.
certain age and don't have any
Broke.
money.
You prepare
Or
for
I
the
don't
worst,
want-
pray
yeah,
for the best.
You prepare for what the worst case scenario. When you go hiking, you put a bunch of stuff in there because what if I get lost? What if this happens?
What if I get sick?
What if I get sick? What if I get stuck? So people plan for their fears, and when the TV and social media is showing you the fears, you plan for that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I plan for that because I don't know.
That's why the statement is prepare for the worst, pray for the
and
best.
pray for the best. So when people say, "Well, why AR-15s then?
Good. I'm happy you going there.
Why AR-15s? Why can't we ban those and everybody keep a handgun?" I'm like, okay, what if there's more than one assailant? And as a guy, I have to plan for if I'm out and 3 or 4 guys surround me and my wife and my daughter, my son, my daughter-in-law, my mom, my sister. If it's more than one, what do I do? With a handgun, I can do so much. I might miss a couple of
I'm
times.
gonna say, what if you ain't a perfect shot?
Right.
I'm not a perfect shot. I might have to shoot 4 times at one, 4 times at one, to 4
Yeah,
times
These
at
are
one.
mo- because this is a moving target.
Moving
This ain't-
targets, and
this
I might-
ain't
and I might
stand
miss.
still target practice.
Would
This
I-
is people moving.
Would I rather have 30 rounds?
50? Yeah.
50?
Yes.
Of course.
And that is another reason on why
And-
everybody need to.
And for the sake of what if they have an AR and I have a
Right.
handgun?
Then I'm at a lose.
That's the equivalent of coming to a gunfight with a knife.
Yeah.
If they got an AR and I got a handgun, So yes, I have multiple ARs.
My thing too with that is, as a man, and I'm sure my dad thinks this too. Personally, I'm gonna say me. I think of the worst scenario.
You have to be a
Always.
man and be in a
Like I tell Mario a
protective
lot
mode.
of times, or almost every night, when we get in the car, when we get out the car at home at night, get out the car, get up,
Every night.
go upstairs right now. Like don't be on your phone, don't have the door open, your cell phone.
Yes.
Get up, get upstairs, and right now.
Close the
a
door
lot of
and
times
lock
she
it.
does not understand. Like, okay, I'm doing this. Well, you're not out of the car. I'll make sure you get upstairs
Right.
and get in that house. I don't know who's.
By the
plotting.
way, I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't go.
I'm just
slowest and
saying
last,
she
by the way.
goes slower than I would
But
like.
we
her to.
always
But
feel-
yes, but she.
We
I'm
always.
going
I feel like
fast,
my
but-
wife
I
goes
believe
slow
you,
as
Mary.
molasses.
Right. Every man's gonna feel like their wife's going slow because
Thank you,
every
son.
wife does
You
not
feel
think
like I
of
do.
those. They don't think of those scenarios. Oh, somebody could be plotting on me.
'Cause you don't
They don't
think
think
like
she's
we
never
do.
thought like that.
Right.
Ever. I know she hasn't. So she says
You're
she's
not built
lying.
to think like
Correct.
we do.
Yeah, she's not. So when I
I'm
say
white. I don't have.
it's not
that
even your
on
wife,
me.
you're
Me-
just a woman.
Right. Me either.
We all go to the
And
store.
then I will say this too, and Morgan alluded to this point, but when we have our husbands around or our brothers or our dads around, we let our guard down.
Yeah.
Because
So they
they're
have to be
hard,
on
because
high
they're
And we-
hard.
And
and
y'all
we
should.
can't.
Yes,
And we
you're right.
can't.
That
But
should be
what
a
I
thing.
will say though is that you should be very proud, and you can ask my family and anybody who has walked with me when we're not with a man. Like I'm like, if you don't like get off your phone, if you don't like get your purse in front of you, like if you don't walk fast,
Right.
like I harp on them. So you should be proud.
Yes.
But yes, correct. I do let my guard down when I'm with
Yes.
a man
That's
or my
good.
husband.
But like he said, we can never.
Correct.
Yeah, we
correct.
can't.
I understand that.
At
we
no
can't
time
rely
let
on
our
her.
guards down.
And that's
Right.
honestly why I don't even like
That's I
holding
just
hands.
making an
We go
observation
out.
to
You're right.
Mackenzie's
You're
point.
right.
When we go out, I don't really like holding hands. Honestly,
Need your
if
hands
I'm standing on the street,
No
my guy's standing
affection
on the
because
street,
that
you're walking
clouds
this
his
way,
judgment.
and she holding my left hand. I'm left-handed. I carry my left side. I need to have my hand ready for anything.
So
You
I
know,
will
I want
say,
some
I'm walking-
affection,
I'm-
child.
we
I
have a
will
system
say-
too. If we're
I'm always
walking
kind of just
and we're like, if somebody's passing us and we're like near like cars, like we have a whole
we
system.
just switch.
I will
Man,
say-
if a couple of men on this side, we switch. She walking on the road for a little bit.
Like I
and then
tell you,
we switch.
we're walking into Walmart earlier, and I said, "Y'all get on
The
this side."
mall, in the
Uh,
mall.
Walmart. We was at mall. I said, "Y'all get on this side. Let me get on that side where the cars are." I'd rather if somebody's gonna be hit,
That's true.
I'd rather it
Right,
be me than
exactly.
you.
I
So
will-
we. Because I want to sit facing the door. I want to see what comes in. I want to be ready. A lot of these things that we practice, and my wife and my daughter know
Yes.
that it's my readiness, my antennas when I'm
Yeah.
with them are always up because theirs are not.
Because you know what you
And
said.
I,
You know
Go
what a
ahead.
woman says when I see another woman walking down the street.
hi.
I like her purse.
Oh yeah.
You know what
we
I'm
just don't
thinking?
think about that. What's in that?
Innately, you know what I'm thinking about any man around when I come with my wife. I beat the hell out of that man.
Yes.
Straight up.
Yes.
Straight up. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm so serious. I'll walk outside and I'll be like, yeah, I'll beat the hell out of him. Easy.
And-
That's
and
what I think about everybody. Him,
Literally,
I might gotta shoot him.
I'm
Just
sizing
in
up
case.
every
I'm gonna shoot
man
him.
in the building thinking
The cashier,
if it pops off, I'm gonna hit him first,
and shoot him.
then him,
Yeah.
then him. If I gotta go to this door,
That's
I gotta
a-
go through him. So I'm gonna isolate on him, but
That's
he
a
might
real.
be a
That's
problem.
a real thing. Real
We're
life.
all trying to size
Okay,
up the situation.
All men that's on this watching this live, can y'all please put in the comments if y'all feel
Can-
act
I promise
the
you they
same
do.
Can
way?
I
And
can I
if
say
you
something?
don't feel it, I could probably do too.
and
Straight up.
and being with a dad and a brother who are always on high alert, even when we're with them, if we're places that we're
Right.
not comfortable, everybody got to be on high alert.
Everybody.
Because
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were in
Everybody.
Vegas,
We all carry. You hit me.
when we was in Vegas, I promise you, me and Marielle were standing back, and me and Marielle looked. I looked at
Me and
Marielle.
Marielle
I said, do you see what I'm seeing?
And we
this
didn't even have to
man-
say anything. We were just
at
looking
each
and
other
we
like,
knew.
This man been following us for a few blocks. Hold
What
on.
you don't
So
know?
I'm like, Mackenzie, get in the back. Dad in the front. Mackenzie, you get in the
'Cause
back because this man is following us. I'm
Because all the
tripping or no.
locals, because to all the locals, Columbus is one of the highest sex trafficking cities in the state
Correct.
of Georgia.
Yeah.
Wow, I
It's
didn't know
really
that.
People don't know
I
that.
didn't know
The
that.
highest
People
light
don't know
city.
that.
Out of all the cities, we are one of the highest.
Wow.
So
Third to be exact.
So I'm with my friends, and so my dad and my brother, my dad taught me, so he know I'm gonna be the most alert when I'm with my friends. I'm in Jacksonville.
Correct.
We in a nightclub. I'm like, okay, there's a door right there. The bathroom's back there. There's no exit back there. If I get here, we couldn't bring our guns in, but I got my
always have
taser
a
and my
code
knife
word.
and my pepper spray.
Just know I'm sitting behind the driver because I'm choking him out. We all gonna crash.
Right.
I'm talking about
Straight
what?
up.
And I
Choking
know,
them out.
yes, y'all, I wired my family like this. I did on purpose. We go to shoot. We go shoot ARs. We shoot handguns. We know how to shoot them. We're not scared of them because I don't want a situation that they could have prevented themselves from being harmed.
Mhm.
And they could have prevented it. And I don't want that. And because I can't be everywhere.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because I just traveled to Tennessee this weekend to get my.
And again,
My
the
Tupac.
best feeling ever is that I can be at work or out of town or something and be like, "Oh, how's your wife? Oh, she's fine."
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
best feeling ever. I ain't gotta worry about my wife because I know she's strapped. I know she's aware and alert. Oh, she's
or
fine.
when you travel
She's
on
fine.
your own.
Or yeah,
when
oh,
you're
that's another
on the road.
I want to feel that way when I have kids. Like I want to feel that like I can protect my own
Right,
kids.
'cause
And I
now-
have the confidence that like they're aware, I'm aware.
Right.
Because that makes my confidence go up too as a man. 'Cause,
Right.
oh, now there's two of us.
Like
You might get popped by either of us.
And
Pick your poison.
And,
At that
and,
point.
and I
Pick
want
your
to
poison.
I want to
It's coming.
graduate to the point that when my wife and daughter are downstairs and then I hear they have the gun downstairs.
Mhm.
They're everywhere. And they're doing that now a lot more so
They are.
than it was. But it goes back to like when I go out with the fellas, I have a lot more fun
You're right.
Absolutely.
because my antennas are not up for them, my wife and my dog. When I'm with them, I'm on such a high alert that I don't have as much fun as they
Because
do.
if something happened with the fellas,
Because
I'm running.
like I'm
You hear
trying,
me?
I'm this
I'm
guy
running.
the whole time. They're having fun, and I love when they have fun. But I'm having fun with a cautious fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to make sure we're good, and we get to have fun. And I'm like, okay, with the fellas, it's different. I'm not really worried about them at all.
Because whatever
And
happens,
all my homeboys
happens.
know I'm not worried about y'all.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens.
You know what I'm saying?
At
I
that
can,
point, we'll do it.
I have more fun when I only have myself to worry about. It's easier.
Mhm.
You know what? I just protect me. I can just run. Or I know I can run
I'm
fast.
running.
I know I can probably run faster than my daughter. So if we just take off running, I'm gonna leave her. So I gotta not leave. I gotta stay here and do this. So it's different when you with the
Yeah,
family.
that's a good
Yeah.
truth.
I
That's a
think
great truth.
Blue Ridge was the best example
Oh,
of
Oh,
us.
boy.
Everybody was strapped up, multiple straps. I'm talking about we got straps under our shirt. You don't want to.
I open carry. I open
Kill a
carry.
bear.
Blue Ridge.
That's a pick your poison
I ain't
for
gonna- I
real.
open carry. You guys see what I'm coming with. Don't
We
even play like
had
that.
so many guns, like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're an hour and 7 minutes in right
Yeah,
now. So,
I
but
think
I
we're
do
good.
think the general census is we'd all be happier if there were better gun control laws, not taking guns out of the hands of people who
Right.
who
Rightfully
need them or
can have
rightfully should have them.
Right.
Is making sure that the guns are in the hands of people who deserve to have them, not violent criminals,
Absolutely.
not people who have
Mental.
mentally insane or some things like that, or things like that. And there should be universal checks for people to buy guns. There should be more training and licensing for people to own one, like operating a vehicle.
Right.
You should prove that you can use it safely and effectively to get it.
Mhm.
That's non-existent now.
And I just want to say to our political leaders and law enforcement, are y'all trying to go at the easy targets and take away certain guns that you know that you can go and round up? Make sure that you're spending that much time and energy on taking away from the ones that don't need to have it, like the folks in the
boy.
streets. And what type of controls and what kind of strategies and laws are y'all putting in place for those type of things as
Right.
well?
If you're gonna go to an apartment complex and run through and make sure everybody has their license and their gun and nobody should have one, you should go to rural areas and very privileged neighborhoods and do the same.
Mansions.
Rent out here.
Right,
That's what
because
they all are.
there are people everywhere
Mhm.
that have guns that shouldn't have them. So if you go in at low-hanging fruit or complexes or places where you feel like there's a propensity to have illegal guns or whatever, check everywhere because
Right.
that's
I have
an
another
issue.
little
Have that
knowledge.
much energy.
Having a little
effort.
knowledge bomb before we start. America is one of the only countries that's never had a intruder for war.
A war from a foreign criminal.
Yeah, we've never had a foreign
on our
war
land,
on our
right.
land.
Yeah,
We
Bob-
also have
Bob-
Germans
big
never
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
The Russians
civilian
never
army.
came.
Right.
Koreans never came.
Right. We've had
Nobody's
civil wars.
ever came. We fought each other,
Right.
which is bad.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
we have one of the biggest. We have the biggest civilian army
Absolutely.
in all of everything. The whole United States.
There, the study calculator said there's more civilian guns than military here.
Right.
If you just look at the people that are in military that have guns, and then you calculate all the civilians that have guns, it's literally
Right.
more guns in the civilian sector.
Right. So
If
let's
you add
say
up all the other millions of people with them.
if the
also more
terrorists
people in the
come
civilian
through
sector.
Florida to try to get to New York, they will not make it past Georgia.
I promise. Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
once
a
the
good
Don't
alert
make
goes
it.
out, everybody's ready.
You got the grandpas, the ex-military, you got the YNs,
The
you got
hunters.
the responsible ones.
The wine
All
is
them at the
crazy.
end of the day, we all got guns.
Right.
So
So, guys,
Don't try us. Is what we saying.
don't try nobody.
Don't try the USA.
Please.
I think I'd rather feel like I didn't have to have one.
Right.
Oh,
Me
absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
at
it was
the
a
end of
waste
the
of
day,
money.
I would rather.
But we don't feel
I
like
felt
that.
safe. I felt like people were safe with guns. I felt like the law enforcement was for me. I would rather feel like that they weren't against me, weren't at opposition or at odds. I would rather them see me friendly to prove them that I'm not.
Right.
I would rather
However,
all of these things be the case. But right now,
it's just not.
in our country, it's not. And I just wish it wasn't like that. I am no threat to no one in this world
You need
Mhm.
that is not threatening my loved ones or myself.
Absolutely.
If you're not threatening my family or myself, you will have no issue with me whatsoever. And I wish that was the same for everyone. I wish everyone could only say that and be good.
Yeah. For
All
sure.
right.
So, guys, we hope that you got something from our show tonight. Listen to our opinions, and I would love if you had opposing views that you drop those in the comment section.
Please,
that we
yes,
can
yes,
actually
yes.
talk about those.
Because this
Because-
is a topic we would like to definitely revisit.
Absolutely.
Right. These are the ideas of 5 people. So, we rather that be the case.
right.
So right now, we'll talk to you later next Monday. We hope you all have a safe and wonderful Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
There are a lot of
Yes,
travelers
yes,
out there.
yes.
Be
What
safe.
is
Drive
that?
the speed limit. Don't be trying to rush. Do all those things. Be vigilant. Look around you when you go into your cars
Yes,
with
don't
all your
get drunk.
bags and everything like that. So my wife is counting
No,
down that I'm
not
taking
for
too long
you,
to
not
close
for
out.
you.
Not us.
That's hers.
Thank y'all. Until next time, we love you.
you.